right. So Ashtanga Express, we'll do as much of the standing series in an hour. Count of 5, so 5 sun A's, 5 sun B's. Holding poses, 5 breaths. We have 2 blocks. If you want to use them, keep them on each end of your mat, and we'll start lying down. So get cozy, get comfortable, and we won't stay there too long, so maybe not too comfortable, but let's just use it to center ourselves, and we'll stretch the hamstrings out before we rock into those sun salutations. Take a deep breath in, fill up nice and full. And then exhale fully, let it all go. Deep, deep breath in. And then a long exhale out. We'll inhale, stretch the arms over our head, reaching long, tips to toes. And then as you exhale, let's hug the right knee into the chest. Give it a nice big squeeze. Point your toes, flex your toes. Yeah. And then let's inhale, straighten the right leg up to the ceiling. So foot to the sky, grab a hold behind the right leg anywhere that feels right for you. Again, point and flex a couple times, maybe roll the ankle around one direction, the other direction. Take a deep breath in as you open up. Imagine more room behind the right thigh bone, those hamstring muscles. And then grabbing a hold of that right ankle if you can. Exhale, bend the right knee towards the armpit for a happy baby. Try to reach your left thigh bone to the ground. Take a deep breath in. A full breath out. And then, if you can, grab a hold of the right foot with the left hand. Help that right hand onto the right thigh bone. It sounds a little awkward, just help it down a little bit more. You can lift that left hip up a little bit. Be okay with that. It's working into that right hamstring. And then one last time, squeeze the right knee into your chest. And inhale, right leg long, left knee bends in. Point and flex a couple times. And then slowly beginning to extend the left leg. Let's hold for a couple cycles of breath. Imagining more room, point and flex, roll it around. Breathe into the back of that left leg. Really imagine space. And then as you exhale, grabbing that ankle, bending the knee in towards the armpit. So imagine your knees trying to reach down towards the ground outside your left ribs, and your foot's reaching up for the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and then just a subtle bringing that left leg a little over your foot over the torso. Grab a hold of the right hand, bring the left hand to the thigh bone, and just assist it out and down to the side at a slight angle. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, hug the left knee into your chest. Inhale, left leg meets right, both arms sweep overhead. Exhale, both knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. And then top to bottom. And you'll work your way all the way up to tabletop pose. Tabletop pose, we're gonna take to a bent knee down dog. So let's press the hands into the ground, tuck the toes, leaving the knees bent, hips go up and back. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Press your chest back towards the space between your legs. Let your skull come down towards the ground. It might make contact, it might not. Breathe in. Maybe try to bring your heels down with your toes up. Breathe out. And then let's step the feet back to normal, about hip distance, about 2 fist distance between your feet. Looking forward, inhale to your toes. Exhale, step or hop your feet up to the top. Inhale to find length, look up and forward. Exhale, fold in, look for your belly button. Bend the knees a little to press into the feet. Inhale, come up to standing. Look up beyond your fingers, and exhale, bring your hands together. Over the heart, we'll start that first Urdhva Namaskar. Inhale, reach up, sweep up. Exhale, bend at the waist. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, step back to plank. Take a deep breath in and plank. This time we'll hold it. And as you exhale, lower to your stomachs. Toenails down, thigh bones down. Inhale, cobra, look to the tip of the nose. Back to that bent knee down dog. As you exhale, hold for an inhale. Maybe pedal it out, walk it out. Sway from side to side. Exhale. The inhale will bring you to your toes, looking forward. Step it up to the top as you exhale. Inhale, we lengthen, look forward. And then exhale, fold right back in. Inhale, stand up tall, upward reaching. And then exhale, hands settle over the heart. Breathing in, beginning again. Reach up, look up. Exhale, bend at the waist. Inhale to find length. Look forward. Exhale, we'll take it to plank. One last time, let's hold it for the inhale. Normally, we'll use the exhale to move back and lower. And then your choice to come to your stomachs, knees, chest, chin, or if you're ready, looking forward for Chaturanga Dandasana. Finding the tops of the feet for the inhale, if you'd like, for cobra. And up dog, the thigh bones lift, down dog for two breaths to hold. So you'll exhale completely. And then that inhale will lift you to your toes. As you exhale, you'll work it to the top of the mat. Use the breath out to transition. Inhale, find length, look forward, and then exhale, fold right back and really look for the belly button. Inhale to stand up tall, upward, reaching, expanding, and then exhale, hands to your heart. One last time together, let's inhale, reach up, sweep up. Exhale and fold. Long, long, long breath in. Because you want a long, long, long breath out. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step back and hop back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog, you have the choice to tuck your toes or untuck them. And then that down dog. Breathing in deeply, feeling the back of your lungs fill. Lifting up from the heel of your butt. Exhale, energetically reaching your heels down. And then inhale to your toes, exhale, step it, hop it, work it to the top. Breathe in, come up halfway. And exhale, fold it. Inhale to stand up tall, expand up. And exhale, bring your hands over your heart. Two more rounds on your own. Think of inhales as upward moving, expanding, and exhales as downward moving, rounding. And that's not a universal rule, but it's a good rule of thumb to follow, especially in this traditional sequence. The feet go back, you lower on the exhale. Heart opens, you always have the choice to just stay in plank and even take up dog from there, or go straight to down dog. You'll hold down dog for an inhale, and an exhale. And then you'll use that inhale to prep you for your transition up to the top. Moving with the exhale. Don't forget the half lift as you breathe in, and then the fold that comes after it, the release. Inhale to stand tall, you've got this. Exhale, hands to your heart when you get there. One last round on your own, breathing at your pace. We'll meet in Tadasana at the top of our mat when you finish your last sun salutation. We do this in the communal effort. This week we're talking about community, the Kula, a collective experience. So know that you're not alone. Whatever you're doing is permission for yourself and for those, participating with you or later to find their own rhythm, find their own flow, and know that we're all in this together. You're doing so lovely, keep it up. And then finding that Tadasana at the top of your mat. When you're done, just close the eyes. Deep breath in. Opening the mouth and exhale, letting it out. One more time. Inhale, fill, 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 all the way into the collarbones, all the way up into the upper ribs. Exhale out through the mouth. let it go. So Surya B just adds a couple things in. Let's make 2 fists and we'll slide them right between the inner arches of your feet to measure up, and let's drop into our chair. So this is where we start Surya B, chair pose, Utkatasana. The exhale brings us into our fold. Inhale, look forward. As you keep looking forward, that step back, maybe you lower, maybe you leave it out. Big inhale for up dog. Okay, look up at the eyeballs. Exhale to down dog, step your right foot to the top. And we did this last week. Let's inhale, start in Crescent Warrior. Traditionally, this is Warrior 1, but we just want to work on getting these hips side by side. And know that this is always an option, that if you don't want to take Warrior 1, you can take Crescent Warrior. Right shin reaching forward, left heel back, breathing in. And then the exhale to bring the hands down, step that right foot back, keep looking forward, maybe you lower and lift. Big exhale, down dog, step the left foot to the top. Use the inhale to come up. Again, Crescent Warrior on the left. So right heel's lifted, left hip and right hip are right beside each other. And that left shin's reaching away from the right foot. Breathe into the side ribs. And then the exhale, let's bring the hands down, step it back one more time, maybe lower. Maybe you're like, no thanks. You have 5 breaths this time in down dog. So 2 full cycles to hold. When you do that, maybe we'll do this series 5 times, right? So you can take that into hero's pose, you can take it into child's pose instead of holding down dog. Know that you're not stuck. You're not forced to be there. All of this is a choice, okay? Exhaling. And then the inhale, you'll come up to those toes, looking forward. Try to keep looking forward as you exhale, work those feet to the top. Same thing here, inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold, and I like to slide those 2 fists between my feet to just double check my measure, and then inhale to chair. Exhale, press firmly into the feet to stand up, and then slide those hands over your heart. That's round 1. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, look forward. Exhale, plank or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. This time, exhale, down dog, looking forward, step your right foot to the top, plant your left heel. Use the inhale to come up, Warrior 1. The exhale steps us down and back, maybe just holding plank, maybe you take the flow. Sometimes I like to just hold it and even swing my hips forward for that back bend. Big exhale, looking forward, down dog, left foot to the top, plant the right heel, Warrior 1. And then the same thing, exhale to lower, 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 some more if you'd like. The inhale to open, downward dog. 5 breaths, really using the first 2 cycles of breath to hold the shape or do whatever it is to counter the effort. This is why they call down dog a restorative pose, because once you start getting into these flow series and you're like, whoo, I need a minute. Feel the hands press away, let the knees bend to lift the hips a little higher. Opening up the back of the legs like a balancing scale with the strength of the back body, the upper body as well. Inhale fully, exhale completely. And then the inhale once again to your toes, looking forward. Exhale, maybe you're ready to start hopping up to the top. Inhale for length, and then the exhale to fold right back in. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand up tall. Hands rest over your heart. Last one together here. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in. Really important to keep looking forward as you work to that step back, plank or chaturanga. Down dog takes you to Warrior 1 on the right. Breathe in to lift up. Exhale to step back and lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot to the top. Breathe in. Arms sweep up, reach out of the pelvis. Exhale, step it back, lower it. Do a thing or don't. Down dog, 5 breaths. You are so strong. You're doing fantastic. Notice the pace of your breath. If it's like you're starting to grasp for it, gasp at it. Slow it down, elongate it. The more time your breath, right? The longer your inhale, the longer you have to come up. The longer the exhale, the more time you have to come back and down, especially those transition pieces, right? So breath out, and then the inhale to your toes, looking forward, exhale, step it up, hop it up. That's it, Ashton. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale to fold. Nice, Kara. Inhale, chair pose. You ladies are killing it. Exhale, let's stand up tall. Bring those hands over your heart. 2 more rounds on your own. Use the inhale to drop into chair. And the exhale to fold. You'll choose for yourself. Maybe you leave out the warriors completely and you take a little bit of rest. Do what works for you. We'll meet after about 30 breaths. So that's about 15 breaths per round. At the top of our mat in Tadasana. Let's see. I swear my playlist is on shuffle sometimes. So don't mind my rambling. The idea of community I love to come back to is somebody is often coming from where you're going and has experienced whatever it is that you're going on, right? We're never alone in it. Whether it's practicing with like pets and people in the background or other experiences, noise pollution, shuffle playlists, the feeling of excitement or exhaustion, whatever it is, to feel a little more grounded in it, sometimes it's good to recognize that it's a communal experience we're going through. Don't forget that chair at the top before you stand up tall, and then you'll start again with chair. And those warriors, really trying to keep those hips side by side. Yes. Way to go. All right, let's take a deep breath in and a full breath out. You'll take your feet and let's just hop them a little further apart so they're wider than hip distance. Yes, and then hands on your hips, inhale, lift your heart, lift your chin. As you exhale, bend the knees a little, think heart forward, butt back, and then fold in. This first one, you're gonna take your index and middle finger and you're gonna wrap them around your big toes with both hands. Find length here, belly and thighs stay connected. Inhale, look forward, think Ardha Uttanasana, arms long. And then as you exhale, bend the elbows out towards the long edges of your mat, tucking your chin in, stay here, 5 breaths. The inhale will release the bind, you'll come up halfway. And then we're gonna step our feet onto our hands. So turning the palms up, sliding one hand under the foot, followed by the other. Inhale, same thing, belly and thighs connected, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold, chin tucks in. Look back, let your skull hang, maybe shake it out. Yes and no. Last cycle to hold. Maybe rocking a little bit forward and back, giving the hands a little acupressure. And then the inhale to lengthen, slide those hands out from under your feet, look forward. Exhale, hands to your hips, and then breathe in, stand up nice and tall. Exhale, hop your hands and feet together. And then we'll start our traditional series on this where we move. The transition's always a little bit funky, so just know that we'll get there. Your left foot stays planted. Your eye gaze goes slightly higher than eye level, and lift that right leg up as you breathe in. You're gonna exhale, step that right foot way back and turn to the long edge of your mat. So your 10 toes point to the long edge. Now you're gonna turn your right toes to the back edge of your mat. You can even drop the left heel a little bit behind the toes. If you've got a block, I'm gonna suggest putting it on the tallest setting behind your right heel. Inhale, reach your right fingers towards the right toes, and then exhale, hinge at the waist, bringing the right hand to the block, left arm up to the ceiling. Press down through the feet. Imagine your legs trying to scissor together, and then stretch the arms apart. You're holding here, doing so great. Pose of the week, okay? Utthita Trikonasana, expanded triangle. Try to expand yourself here. Breathe in, look down, and then as you breathe out, start to bend that right knee and come up to standing. Pivot the right toes, turn the left toes. That block can come behind the left heel, and then same thing, inhale, reach the left fingers forward, maybe drop that right heel back. Exhale, left hand to the left, to the block, right hand up to the sky. And if you're not using props, that's fine, maybe resting it on the shin. So pigeon on the left, triangle on the left. Breathe in. Nice, breathe out. One more round, that's it, Kara. Think space from left hand to right fingers, really reaching, left ribs long, right ribs long. Look down as you inhale to your left foot. Exhale, bending the left knee, coming up to standing, pivot the left toes. So we take twisted triangle, which is, she's a doozy. The hips try to square. So turning to the back of your mat, walk your right foot more to the right, and turn your left toes out slightly. Left arm reaches up, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, hinge forward. Left hand can come inside the foot to a block, or I like to even set the block again outside that right foot so the left hand can rest on it. Pulling the right hip back. Right arm can reach up or just rest on the sacrum, trying to level those hips. Keep pulling the right hip back, breathing out. Great work, breathing in. Breathing out, yes. Breathing in, looking to that right foot. Bending that right knee as you breathe out, come on up, finding a wide stance here, all 10 toes to the long edge. And then turning to the top of your mat, left toes slightly to the left and pointing to the short edge, right toes turn slightly out. Reach the right arm up as you breathe in. And then exhale, hinge forward, finding the block, the ground, the left foot. Trying to level your hips and then twist from the heart. Keep pulling the left hip back. Your right heel is your anchor, pushing the right hip forward. One more round to hold here. Breathe in. Expand, right hand down, left arm up. Exhale here. Start to look down to the ground as you inhale. Maybe even start to bend that left knee. As you exhale, spiraling up, cartwheeling open to a wide stance. A big breath in, palms up. And then we meet both hands and feet at the top of our mat. In what we traditionally call Samasthiti. Yes, okay. And here we go again. Inhale, lift the right leg, lift the gaze. Step that right foot back. You'll turn to the long edge. And then the right toes turn to the short edge. Extended side angle pose. Bend that right knee. Forearm to the thigh. And left bicep by your ear. Getting long from left foot to left fingers. You're squeezing the glutes even as you exhale here, maybe looking to your left hand. Breathe in. Right hand might be on a block. Breathe out. I like to look down on these inhales so they set me up with a focal point. Breathing in, and then breathe out, come on up. Pivot those right toes. Long edge, pivot the left toe, short edge, and then bending that left knee, settling in on the inhale to extended side angle on the left. Breathe in. Yes. Breathe out. Right foot to right finger. So really feel the outer edge of that right foot rooted. Maybe look to the right hand, breathing in. Breathe out, arm into leg, leg into arm. Look down to the left foot, inhale. Use the exhale to stay strong and come up. So we're gonna turn to a twisted lunge to the right foot. Right toes to the short edge, left heel comes up. Bring your hands to heart center as you inhale. And then keeping the heart open, hinge forward, trying to get that left tricep outside the right thigh, twisting, looking up and back behind you over that right elbow. Breathe in. Yes, breathe out. Press arm into leg, leg into arm, palms into one another. Think chin away from sternum, sternum away from hips. Looking down to that right foot as you inhale, maybe open up the arms. And then exhale, reverse that cartwheel to that wide stance in the middle. Palms can meet together as you turn to the top of your mat. Left knee bending, right heel lifts. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, then hook. Right tricep outside left leg. Lifting the right thigh bone, pressing the hands into each other. Really working to wring it out. Yes, nicely done. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are not alone. We're in this together. Looking down on your inhale. Exhale, come on up to that wide stance, that five-pointed star. Take a deep breath in, stretch it out. And then, once again, both hands and feet meet at the top of your mat. Exhale. All right, let's lift that right leg once again, breathing in. Step it back, turn into a wide stance. And we're going to take our fold series here. So hands can come to your hips. I like to turn the toes in slightly, but your feet can be parallel. And lift the heart, bend the knees a little so your thigh bones press back as you exhale, fold. Walking your hands in line with your feet if you can, maybe fingers in line with toes, heels of the hands in line with the heels of the feet. You'll bend the elbows back like in a chaturanga to help draw the upper body down, the skull towards the ground. And then notice if your weight leans forward into your ball mounts or goes into your heels. And remember, you're not alone in these habits, these tendencies. And then let's focus. Try to spread the weight out from left foot to right foot evenly, from ball mounts to heels evenly. And instead of letting our butt and our hips take us, let's press our thigh bones back so we can energize ourselves. That's it. Yes. Breath out. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Bring your hands slightly forward. Good. Exhale, hands to your hips, and then stand up tall. Breathing in. Okay, palms will meet behind the back and release your fingers. Lifting the heart, inhale, slight bend in the knees. We never lock them out. Exhale, again, thigh bones back, heart forward and down, arms go overhead. Don't we stay here, maybe shake the head out, draw figure eights with the top of the head. It gets weird when you try to do them in the other direction for some reason. Or maybe that's just me, or maybe it's all of us. So take a deep breath in. Long breath out. And then the inhale, you'll release the bind down and lengthen your spine. You can walk the feet a little closer. We're going to take those index finger, middle finger around the big toes once again. Look forward, lengthen the spine, breathe in. And then exhale, bend the elbows towards the short edges of your mat as you fold. Big thigh bones back once again. Weight even from left foot to right foot, ball mounts to heels. Yeah, that looks great. Forward fold. Realize I look like I have no pants on because these pants are like my skin color. So, surprise! Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. And then inhale, let's find length. Bring your hands to your hips and stand up tall as you exhale. Let's stretch those arms out. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, both hands and feet to the top of your mat. Last little pose is pyramid pose. So we step that right foot back only about half the distance. So inhale, lift the gaze, lift the right leg, and then a shorty little step back. You're gonna pivot to the long edge and then pivot to the short edge. The setup's like twisted triangle, right foot slightly more to the right, toes to the short edge, left foot more to the left, toes kind of pointing slightly towards the corner of the room. Hands can come into opposite elbows or reverse prayer behind your heart. Chest stays open this whole pose, okay? It's more about a stretch for the legs. Inhale, lengthen, look up, maybe lift the chin, exhale, come forward and down, maybe halfway, keep pulling the right hip back, try not to lock out those legs, breathe in, and then exhale to fold. We'll hold for a full 2 cycles. Notice where you go into your feet. Do you lean on the inside, the outside, the same, left to right, different, right to left? Activate your glutes. Inhale, look to your right foot. Bending the right knee. As you exhale, you'll come up. Pivot to the long edge, and then turn back towards the top of your mat. If you have opposite elbows, switch forearms on top. Take a deep breath in, lift the heart. As you exhale, come about halfway down. Micro bend that left knee. Try not to lock it out. And then exhale to fold in deeper, thinking chin to shin, keeping your chest open. Let's hold, breathe in. Nice work, ladies. Breathe out. Breathe in, strong through your feet, your glutes, your legs holding you up. Breathing out. And then you'll look to that left foot. Inhale, bend the left knee slightly as you exhale, come up through center. Stretch those arms apart, breathe in, last little time to do this, and then exhale, hands and feet meet at the top of your mat. So, the standing series can be like the it's like the I experience, so I always suggest, if you got a wall nearby, feel free to use it. We'll start with the right side. So there's gonna be about 4 things that we do, and fall out, climb back in, right? Gaze is slightly elevated. It'll help you stay nice and tall. Press into the left foot. Inhale, lift the right leg. You have the choice to bring the hand to the knee or bring your index and middle finger around the big toe. Extending the right leg, if you'd like, reach the left arm up. But if you extend the right leg, keep your chest open and your spine erect. We don't want to start to fold from the upper because we'll start to lean forward. We've probably been here at least a full round and a half, so let's inhale, exhale, and then inhale, take the right leg over to the right, left leg to the left, or left arm to the left. We cannot take the left leg to the left. Maybe rolling that right armpit slightly forward and up, trying to create that external rotation in the arms. Breathe in, lift the gaze slightly. Breathe out, then as you inhale, bring the right knee, right leg back through center, keeping it afloat. Starting to bring on the exhale, head towards the right knee. So the left leg's like, what are we doing? The ankle might be like, why today, why now? Breathe in, you are not alone, we've got this. Breathe out. Inhale, notice where your gaze lands, try to focus it, breathe out. Remember that all things that begin eventually end. Release that right leg, keep it afloat. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, pull that right hand slightly back, flex the toes. Breathe in, lift the right heel a little higher, point the toes. Exhale, reach a little taller, breathe in, and then exhale, set it down. Shake it out. Yes, so much strong. I look like I have no pants on. I can't believe it. I always forget when I wear these pants. Okay, so feet down, planted, gaze, eye gaze lifted. Right foot stays down, and if you're on a wall, you just turn to the other side. Left leg comes up, left knee, hand to knee, or index and middle finger around the big toe. Use the inhale to extend. Exhale here. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then the inhale to take left leg to the left, right arm to the right. You've got this, feeling a little external rotation fire of your right glute, the right sole. Feel from big toe mound to outer edge of the heel. Press them down. Pinky toe mound to the inner edge of the heel. Find that lie on the The inhale will bring that left leg back to center, and then exhale, folding towards it in a standing, balancing fold. Breathe into the back of your lungs. Fill, fill, fill. Exhale, squeeze through the navel. Strong right glute, strong left glute. Breathe in. Breathe out, and then releasing it. Inhale, let's stand up, keeping the left leg afloat. Exhale, pull the left hip back, flex the toes. Breathe in, lift it a little higher, point the toes. Exhale, one breath higher, press down through the right foot. Inhale, reach your tallest, and exhale, set it down, shake it out. And sometimes I like to take the top of my foot and just kind of back the toes down, top of the foot down to stretch the front of the ankles. Great work. All right. So we have a little vinyasa here. Inhale, reach up, exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen, look forward, your choice, plank, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Down dog, looking forward, take a deep breath in, lift your heels, exhale, hop it up to the top, right into chair pose, breathe in, 5 breaths. Yes, yeah, so we're here. The heat, the warmth, breath out. Notice if you're gripping with your toes, soften your hip flexors, breathe in. Breathe out, let those thigh bones drop in space. One more, inhale, maybe lift the gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale one last time, step back, lower if you'd like. Up dog, down dog, looking forward, step your right foot where your right palm was, plant your left heel, and then sweep those biceps by your ears, coming up to warrior one. We hold for 5 breaths. Squeeze the glutes, right shin away from left heel, right hip back, left hip forward. And then this time the inhale will actually look up between the hands. Exhale, straighten the right leg, try to keep your gaze there, feel your feet on the ground. Breathing in, turning to the back of your mat. Right foot slightly to the right, left foot to the left, and then bend the left knee. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale here, pulling the left hip back, right hip forward. Maybe your gaze goes eye level or slightly higher, breathe in. Notice if your shoulders are scrunching up, let them drop. Breathe in, and then we stay on the left side for warrior two. So just step that right foot back and in line with the left foot. And open up the chest, reaching apart. Yeah, so it's the one we start on the left side. Warrior two on the left, you are nice and strong, yes. Squeeze your glutes. Feel the left shin reaching away from the outer blade of the right foot. You both look so wonderful, way to go. Last inhale. As you exhale, you'll just straighten the left leg, turn the left toes, breathing in, turn the right toes, and bending the right knee as you exhale, warrior two. 5 breaths. We're doing all right on time today. Yes, breathe out. Breathe in, tailbone to crown. Breathe out, last inhale, looking over those right fingers, nice and focused. Exhale, cartwheel down, step the right foot back, maybe one last chaturanga. Heart opens. Down dog, take your feet, your hands as wide as your mat, come high onto those toes, looking forward, maybe a little bounce, and then you hop up to seated. We're gonna take staff pose, so Dandasana. Toes come into flexion, they come back towards you. Your hands will plant right in front of your greater short hand to the outer bony part of your hip. Start to fire up everything. Your toes flex so firm that maybe your calves are balancing your heels. Feel your thigh bones, your pelvis, and the perineum engage up, your ribs, abs engage in, chin tucks in, and then you can press into those hands to fire up the arm muscles. We hold, breathe in. Hard to talk when I do this. So everything's engaged. Like what? That feeling again. Okay, breathe out. Last inhale. As you exhale, lower your hips down, reach your arms up, keep your toes in flexion and your feet together. Use the exhale to fold Paschimottanasana. You might bend the The knife at the top of your head reaching for the top of your feet. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then as you inhale, you'll walk those hands in, plant them behind your hips with the fingers pointed to your waist as you breathe out. Point your toes, press into the palms, inhale, reverse plank, look up to the ceiling. Feel your chest open, breathe out. As if you can reach your heart up to the sky, breathe in. Last exhale, breathe out. Chin the chest as you inhale. Exhale, lower your hips down. Janu Shavasana, left leg goes long, right heel into the groin. Yeah, and then turn your torso to that straight left leg. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, folding, head towards the left knee. Breathe into the back of your lungs. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. As you exhale, walk your hands in, sit up tall. Switching the legs. Right leg goes long, left heel into the groin, breathing in. As you exhale, turn your torso to that straight right leg. Sitting up tall, inhale. And then exhale to fold, holding 5 breaths. Press left foot into right thigh, squeeze left glute to drop the knee a little. Try to keep your right kneecap up to the ceiling. Maybe find just one of those things to focus on. Last exhale to soften. Inhale, and then exhale, walk those hands in. We're gonna twist. I always like to twist to my left first. So bring your right leg forward. Step your left foot over your right thigh, and then you have the choice to keep your right leg straight or bend the knee so the heel is just outside of the glute, but both sit bones plant. Right arm will hug that left leg, left arm will plant behind you. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, looking behind you, reach your shoulders in opposite directions. Inhale to keep length in the spine. One more exhale as you squeeze deeply. Right ribs reaching towards your left ribs. Inhale for that last little bit of length. And let's exhale, unwind. Bring left elbow inside, left knee, right hand behind you. Inhale. And exhale, release. You can just switch the legs, maybe do a little yoga break dance. I taught that to my students at IB Tech yesterday, and I think they thought I was a full weirdo, which is totally fine. Starting to hug your left arm around your right leg, whether the left leg is straight or bent, you'll find that version. Right arm behind you, inhale for length, and then exhale to look back. Breathe in, sitting tall. Breathe out, left ribs towards the right. Last inhale. And exhale, you'll unwind, right elbow inside right knee, left hand behind you, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, let's soften. We're going to take bridge series. So we'll take 2 rounds in bridge, and then the third, you have the choice to do bridge or full wheel. And especially with last week, full wheel as our pose focus, you may find that you're like really into it. Or you're like avoiding it, fleeing from it. Both of those are acceptable. And you can also always take a restorative version where you just slide a block underneath your hips. So let's work onto our backs. Press the head and shoulders down, always looking up to the ceiling, letting the chest work towards the chin. Feet down, head, shoulders down, lift the hips, inhale, bridge pose. You can slide that block under your sit bones if you like to support it. Or you can just keep imagining more space between knees and armpits as you inhale and exhale here. Another round. Inhale, feel more room from left armpit to right armpit, left knee to left armpit, right knee to right armpit, and exhale, lower down towards the ground. Maybe walk the feet in half an inch closer, centimeter closer to your sit bones. Head and shoulders, feet press down, lift the hips up, bridge. Option to take a bind here. But if your knees start to splay apart, I really want you to think there's a block between your legs and you could squeeze onto it. You may take a block and just gently place it between the legs so you have something to squeeze onto. Inhale, you'll lift the heels. And then exhale, lower down, upper back, middle back, low back, sacrum, tailbone, all the way down to the ground. And then your choice, if you're taking full wheel, hands can come up and over the shoulders, palms down, elbows up. Lift up to bridge first as you inhale, then to the top of your head. As you exhale, you'll straighten the arms, finding your full wheel, Chakrasana. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breathing in, you'll bend the elbows, come back onto bridge if you're up in full wheel. Exhale, everybody lower your hips down. Walk your feet apart, let your knees buckle in, give yourself a hug around the chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, soften the shoulders, switch which arms on top. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, sigh. Let it all out. And then we're gonna walk the feet together. So you have a few options. Plow pose. I like to bring the block behind me. My feet can make it to the ground typically, but I have my tight hamstrings right now just from life. So you can even stack two blocks on top of one another. Same thing as bridge. Your head and shoulders stay on the ground and you always look up. Resist looking from side to side. First, the feet will reach up, legs extended. As you press your head and shoulders down, use your core to lift your legs up and over. And you might go feet parallel with the ground, or legs parallel with the ground. And then bringing the hands onto the low back. If you want to slowly move the blocks out of the way, you can just kind of tip them, press them away. Heels press away to stretch. Breath out. Breath in. Elbows press down. You might scoot those elbows a little closer to the middle of your mat. Hands firmly on your back. As we prep for shoulder stand, bend one knee onto your forehead, then the other, so the kneecaps lightly touch. And then one leg up to the ceiling. The other leg up to meet it if you'd like. Head and shoulders stay pressing down. Gaze stays right up between your feet. Imagine you're lifting up from the middle arches. Breathe out. Breathe in. You can always be in plow. Breathe out. As you inhale, bring your feet back behind you towards plow. Let your hands come down, grip the edges of your mat as you exhale. Slowly lower your spine down. Let your legs come down long, all the way to the end of your mat. Toes start to point. Slide your right thumb under your right sit bone, left thumb under your left sit bone. Press your forearms down. Inhale, lift your head, heart, shoulders. And exhale, drop your head back, fish pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, really pressing to expand. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, lower your head and shoulders down. Slide your hands out. Way to go. Rock those hips a little bit. Stretch out. Inhale, tips to toes. And exhale, hug your knees into your chest. You can take circles with the knees. One direction, then the other direction. And finally, Shavasana, right leg to the right corner of your mat, left leg to the left corner of your mat. Arms can rest beside you, palms can rest on your stomach. You might slip on your socks and grab a blanket. We'll be here for almost 5 minutes. Right, we'll do things in 5, so my hope is we can at least give you 5 minutes to chill out after all of that effort. Notice if the breath is still rapid from all the effort and movement. We just casually get inverted at the end in that shoulder stand. And then plow, so we're trying to downward regulate, but we're also using strength. If your breath is feeling short and shallow, maybe take a few exhales out through the mouth, really elongate the inhale, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And then exhale, letting it all go. Know that you are exactly where you're supposed to be and exactly how you're supposed to be. There is no moment like this moment that will exist again in time. You are not alone, but we are in this collective communal experience. Softening the arches of our feet, the ankles. Soften the calf muscles, the backs of the knees, the hips, the glutes. Feel the space between your fingers and the palms. Allow them to relax. Your wrists, your forearms, armpits, shoulders. Let your low back, your mid back, the back of your heart, the upper back and neck relax. Let your whole body surrender. And finally, the jaw, the cheeks, the forehead muscles, the scalp, the skull, the brain. Take that deep, deep breath in. And exhale, let it all go. Finding that deep breath again, belly rising with the inhale and softening with the exhale. Allow your fingers to stretch and expand, your toes to point. So you exhale, flexing the feet, curling the fingers in, roll your wrists, your ankles. And maybe take that long stretch, arms can reach overhead as you breathe in.
Exhale, either walking the feet in or hugging the knees in, allowing yourself to pick, choose what works for you. And then come over onto a side. Pause, take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it all out. And then slowly come up to seated with a nice long spine. So let's just close this out together. We'll bring the palms together over the hearts, chin towards the chest, bowing to the space within us of union and connection to all things, all beings, past, present, and future. May we see ourselves in our community and our community within us. Bowing forward to seal the practice. Namaste.